The live chat's not working? Or it's dead. Holy shit, I gotta turn that off. Damn it.
What's that?
No, I had my volume turned up a little bit. Yeah, see?
Me too.
Alrighty. Yeah. We are here for mixing it up. How's I guess all 6 of you doing? So yeah, we are here. We're doing another Iron Chef edition. We're gonna be doing hey, if you can't figure it out from the name, it's we're gonna be doing some cheesecake. I don't know. For me, it's a daring thing because I've never done it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but personally, I've never really aimed for a cheesecake vape. So we will see how this goes.
All right, so you get the handicap.
I get the
I've never done
handicap
cheesecake either. I use cheesecake a lot, but not
as the
never
main
made a
component.
cheesecake.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, how you doing, Chris Earl? So yeah, other than that, I did want to touch on, like, if you could see at the bottom of the screen down there, it's doing the whole don't forget to donate to CASA.org. They are right now looking to get some funding for some things. If you caught or haven't caught it, Grim Green's Tuesday Bro Tuesday, Alex goes into more detail on what they're trying to do with the money, with what they're trying to pick up and stuff like that. And I mean, he mentioned about actually being able to hire a staff, get some actual vape lobbyists, which, you know, we've been needing that for years. That to me is something that I think has been mentioned a dozen times on shows, but
I think it's like almost surprising that there isn't any.
it's because it's expensive, dude. Trying to hire a lawyer for that is not cheap.
Yeah, but dude, there's like a lot of companies that make bank. Like, I would have thought that they'd be like, okay, we're gonna pay this person 80 grand a year to just lobby for us. Like, is 80 grand not enough to pay somebody? Like, I'm just surprised.
I know we had for that lawsuit against the government, which that's still an ongoing piece of shit. But I mean, we had raised, I think it was like 90,000 2 years ago, and that was just to file a piece of paperwork. That was just for filing.
I remember
paperwork.
there was something I don't know if it was 2 years ago. Was it? It was like, dude, like even some of like the kind of questionable companies like put in a bunch of cash.
Yeah,
like there was people that put in like $100,000.
Yeah. No, yeah, I remember that. Like, yeah, I don't remember how much.
But I don't
money
remember
we
what that was
raised.
for.
Yeah, but that was for the lawsuit thing, and there was like fundraising for that, and it's all expensive. Trying to file paperwork is really expensive, and then there's the lawyers' time and their fees and their retainers, and it's a giant.
And you have to entertain politicians, take them out to eat, you know, pay their dinners and stuff.
Yeah, because you gotta butter them up a little bit. And I mean, that's the sad truth.
Gotta butter that biscuit, boys.
Some bitter biscuitry.
Because I mean, even like the Australia win, as good as that was as a win, it's also because a lot of those government officials also vape, so it was within their interest that nicotine stayed legal. You know, that speaks anything. They only care if it actually affects them. All right.
That is true.
All right, enough politics talk and all that, because we try to have some fun here. I do enough advocacy on other shows that, to me, I don't want to like do that. But alrighty, so we're gonna jump into this. We're gonna be doing the cheesecake challenge here. We're gonna like mix up our liquids. Did you guys want to give a brief description on what you're doing?
Yep. I'm posting mine right now.
Posting yours. Alrighty.
Yeah, I posted it there. I am adapting the daiquiri, blackberry daiquiri that I made last week, and I'm going to fold that because I really like the profile of that blackberry. So also because I was a little bit lazy and tired last night. So I adapted that. So it's going to be a blackberry lime cheesecake.
Okay.
I'm going to build with the main base is going to be the cheesecake graham, and I'm going to stack some Yes Sweet cheesecake on that, and I'm going to fill in with some kind of skunky flavors. I'm going to fill with shisha vanilla because it smells just like vanilla extract, and I'm going to fill it with Catalan cream and sugar cookie version 1.
Nice.
So we're going to and a little bit of dap of not dap, that's a bad word to use, but a little bit of milky undertone.
Like a dollop?
Like a dollop cream.
A little dollop.
And this is a break for me because I usually like, just like in baking in real life, you want to put a little bit of alcohol in pies and cheesecakes, and usually a little bit of rum or a little bit of bourbon. But I'm not using any of that, and I'm not using any custards today because I'm trying to get away from using that as a crutch for bakeries. So
It's a good crutch.
it is a great crutch. You should all use the crutch, but I'm trying to do something different tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because even last night I was like, "How do you like thicken it?" I was like,
Yeah,
"How do you
it's like-
thicken it?" And he's like, "Well, you probably want to go with a custard." I was like, "Oh, all right, okay."
Yeah.
And even looking around, like I seriously, normally on my breaks at work, I make coils because I can't sit around for like a half hour or 15 minutes just sitting there looking at my phone. I get bored real easily, so I make coils. But I forgot the clamp for my holder for my spinner. So what I ended up doing was just looking up like recipes for cheesecakes, and most of them call for a custard of some sort or Bavarian cream, something as a back note to that cheesecake. So I was like, okay. So
I'm not using one. So maybe I'm the only one that's not.
I'm not using one.
No,
I'm not
neither
using
Sifu.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Well,
Sifu, me
well-
and you, bro. We got this.
in my raspberry cheesecake, I didn't use something like that, and then after you guys talking about it last night, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna go a little different. So I am putting some vanilla custard in it just because I've never done that and I wanted to give it a shot.
Yeah, it gives you that it gives you that eggy stuff without having to put so much into the mix,
Yeah. Yeah, like I think
gives
I
the
might have
body,
gone overboard,
too.
but we'll see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's giving it body. But yeah, like I
You
said,
guys know, okay, so right now, sorry to interrupt,
yeah,
but
you're good.
for us, it's funny. For everybody else, they might not know, or they might. But I'm so nervous right now because I'm like making my recipe up right now, and I'm putting it in on ELR, and I just don't want to get Zen so bad that I'm trying to make sure that I put everything in correctly. But dude, I
You're gonna
can't
get
even
carved
find.
so hard, dude.
Oh man, I just know it.
Yeah, Overdrip, you got me 1 starred on ELR for the first time.
Dude, I don't even. What does that even
Because of
mean?
your comment.
That means
He
his
rated my
recipe is
recipe
garbage
1
and it only
star
deserves
because you
1
called him
star.
out.
Bro,
Yeah.
how can he fucking? That is ridiculous. How can he rate your recipe? First of all, he never mixed it. No chance. Second of all, I'm just like, could be a random dude. That's harsh.
He even commented. He's like, "You're 1 starred," and I commented. I was like, "Hey, I didn't even do anything. You're 1 starring me over someone else's comment."
What's funny is you can only star unless you leave a comment. So
Right.
Wow. I still can't
But-
believe that happened.
Yeah, so so next week everybody has to have Carl in the name of their recipe, okay?
Yeah, sounds good. All right, well, I'm gonna get
since we're
started. I got Capella graham cracker. I think I'm going too much on this, but we'll see. Blueberry jam from Capella's as well. And I found this graham cracker pie crust from Wonder Flavors. We'll give that a try. Then Capella vanilla custard V2. Like I said, I'm going overboard here, but we'll see. Cheesecake
I always
from
go
Flavora
overboard.
and TFA. And then Bavarian cream. And then a slight hint of vanilla. So we'll see. What's funny is like I put all those and my ratio still ended up under 10%, which I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm at 10.75,
Yeah.
which is light for me for something
Yeah.
like this. So.
Well, I am doing a peanut butter butterscotch cheesecake,
Oh, dude, you went fancy.
and
Oh,
I got
He's like
2
over
peanut butter
fancy man
flavors.
over here.
I got TFA peanut butter and Flavora peanut butter. And then I got 3 cheesecake flavors. Because every time I make a cheesecake, I always use Yes Sweet Cheesecake, New York Cheesecake, and Cheesecake Graham Crust. Or Cheesecake Graham Cracker Crust. And I have like a ratio that I do when I do it. And then I got, there's going to be a little bit of sweetener in it, boys. And some Flavora butterscotch. And I always just use like sucralose, like TFA sweetener.
Yeah.
so I haven't used the Flavora butterscotch. How is it different from the Ripple? Is it more of a candy?
You know what? I've never tried the Ripple seafood, so I can't tell you, but I can tell you that it's fucking fire. I love it. I could vape just it. Like I could mix it only, and I could vape it. Be satisfied.
Do a single flavor of it.
So are we mixing
Yeah.
right now? Or are we
Yeah.
still talking? Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, I'm still just trying to put my stuff in.
So
I got started.
like I said, I wanted to do something a little bit different since I make a few cheesecakes and I like them. They're one of my favorite things to vape. And so in the last batch of flavorings I got, I picked up a brown sugar that I was wanting the TFA brown sugar to use to try and turn my blueberry custard into a kind of a custardy crumble, and decided to do a spiced pear. And I am a little nervous about using, because both of those, the pear and the brown sugar, can both be a bit overwhelming, and I'm hoping that they don't overwhelm this. But yeah, I'm excited about it.
Oh, I forgot. Also, sorry to interrupt you, Mitch.
Oh,
I'm
you're
also
good, brother.
using ice cream. So it's gonna be like a peanut butter cheesecake, and there's ice cream. So it's, I don't know, maybe it's gonna be like a blizzard. Let's just call it a blizzard. It's a peanut butter butterscotch blizzard.
There you go.
Sorry, Mitch. Carry on. My bad. I just
Oh,
saw
you're
my
good.
bag of goodies, and I was like, oh, I forgot to say this.
I also, in most of my cheesecakes, I just use the TFA cheesecake graham crust. And this time I am incorporating some of that Flavor Jungle cookie just to give it something a little different because it smells so damn good. Yeah, and then using some of the Capella cheesecake V2 and a little vanilla custard. And in my recipe, I did say liquid barn cream instead of cream LB. So I did change that, but I am using a little bit of that in there too.
I got fussed about the Capella sugar cookie.
What part did you do wrong?
I didn't put the version 1 or 2.
Whoa.
I just put sugar cookie cap.
Ah, fair enough, I guess.
Mortal sin.
Yeah. Was it Daytime Frank says that the flavor butterscotch is brown sugar. Do you guys, who's mentioning that earlier? The flavor butterscotch.
It's brown sugar.
It is
Brown sugar butterscotch.
It says, I guess he says it reminds him more of a brown sugar.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say that for sure. I think to me it tastes like a butterscotch candy, but more like a creamy candy.
Mm.
Yeah. It was funny, like
I would not say brown sugar. Well, I mean,
So more like a Werther's.
yeah, but that's a caramel, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
to me, it tastes like a butterscotch that I would like get from, or even like a butterscotch pudding.
Right.
Like that butterscotch that would be used in a pudding. That's what I would say that it is more like.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, if I was to describe Ripple butterscotch.
Okay,
Ripple,
no, he was saying he's thinking caramel. Okay, fair enough.
So if you take a can of condensed milk and you boil it in the can and it turns into caramel, that's what butterscotch Ripple tastes like to me.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because, like, was it, you know how bottled violence, there's the caramel and the butterscotch for the custards? And somebody asked,
toffee.
what's the
There's
difference?
no butterscotch.
Huh?
There's no.
Oh, it's the toffee.
butterscotch.
Yeah, you're
Toffee,
right. Toffee.
yeah.
Either way, toffee, caramel. Somebody asked, what's the difference? And there's actually a huge difference.
There's a big difference.
Yeah. But it's basically like in real life is how the candy itself is made.
Right.
But in between like bottled violence, they're definitely very different.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like you could
different.
like one and not like the other one for different reasons, or you could love them both, and they're pretty fucking different.
They are different. I like the toffee more, but that's my personal
I like the
preference.
caramel more, personally.
Yeah.
I like the vanilla the best.
Just a
But
standard old.
really, everything else is second to Georgie anyways. So for anybody out there that wants to get like a hot fudge sundae with peanuts, pick up Georgie from Bottle Violence line, not Bottle Violence, the Clockwork Vapors line. It is so legit.
Yo.
Oh, actually, I got a bottle right here. This right here. It is amazing. All right, I think that I am now officially ready to start mixing. I'm thinking that it's helping me that like my dog is just trying to chew my feet the entire time because I didn't even take my shoes off. It's just like trying to chew my feet and shit.
Oh man.
Good old puppies, you know?
Right.
Always getting into it. So mine's actually higher on the flavors. It's 13%.
Is there a range you guys like to stay within when you
Below
make the recipe?
15%.
Yeah, 16 is usually my highest. My new mango is a little higher because I really wanted that champagne to come through, and it's just a natural byproduct of using TFA champagne.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a lot higher. You need a lot of it to really
I
make
think
it.
for me, it's more so what flavorings I'm using. Like if I'm making like some sort of like really intricate like bakery and I have like a bunch of stuff in there and some's at like 0.5% and then I might have some at 3 and all that, whatever. If it's like 15-16%, doesn't bother me. Slow down, clown. Dang.
I need to hit like tuning numbers when it comes to the speed portion because he embarrassed the shit out of me with his pipettes last time I did a mix off with him.
All right, I knocked it down to 12%.
Like for me, I don't know, 15% is the highest I'm willing to go, but I would like to stay around that 10% range. But there are some where
I have been trying to bring down my percentages because I do see a lot of some of the recipes that you guys have posted or the recipes that Addy posts, and I'm like, okay, I'm using way more flavoring.
I mean, there are some flavorings that you just can't get around that. I mean,
you can't get around some things, man. Like if it's custard based, you're gonna need a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, bakeries and stuff need a lot. Like my mind bender is like 7, you know, and it goes all the way up to the, you know, it's just you don't need a lot whenever you're dealing with cactus. It's like Overdrip said, it kind of depends on the flavoring, you know.
Yeah, like if you're using certain flavors, some of them they just need more. Like that's
like my root beer takes a shitload of root beer, and it's really expensive. You know, the Flavor root beer is very expensive. But
yeah.
You need a shitload of it, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like the one of the ones that I do. It's a crunchy sin. It's supposed to be like a crunch cereal, and one of the main flavors in that is a flavor flavor, and it eats up so much of it.
Ooh. Oh, Mitch is already shaking it up.
I'm close.
Probably.
I forgot
Well, Jay's all mixed up.
I'm sorry. I just wanted you to know that smells really good.
Well, she approves. That's
wow, there you go.
Oh, that's good.
I mostly taste the blueberry though. I mean, that is the main component in it, so it's not a bad sign. But like even looking through the notes on some of the cheesecakes and stuff I used, a lot of them said give it like a 2-week steep time minimum. So I'm like,
oh yeah,
fuck.
I do that. Absolutely.
I'm like, fuck.
I'm the same way. I hate waiting, but like, I always like seem to power through something if I'm enjoying it, and then I'll leave like 5 mils, which probably a lot of people are like, why would you even save that? Why don't you just mix more? It's like, well, because I probably have already done like 10 other things since then.
So have you guys, since last week's episode, have you vaped on your
yeah,
last
actually,
week's
yeah,
challenge
I
recipe
wanted to bring that
how
up because
how it's progressed in steeping?
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up and see how everybody feels about theirs.
Well,
Mitch is
what
on
I did
it.
was, what I did was is that I made a big mistake in putting a drop of WS-23 because I'm realizing that it makes me cough like a fiend.
Yeah.
So I redid it, and I retried it a few days ago, and it was great. And that's why I decided to keep that BlackBerry Stone and carry it over into something a little more my style, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, that blueberry jam though, it's really good. Like that's all I'm tasting right now, but it's really good.
Right now, I have like that Justin Bieber song stuck in my head, and it's really starting to bother me. Everybody out there, just let you know, I get songs stuck in my head, and sometimes it'll be like, I just heard someone in traffic's car playing it beside me, and that song will be stuck in my head for 2-3 hours until like I either zone out and forget about it, or I purposely try to put something else in my head. So right now it's like that no filter Justin Bieber song. I don't know anything more than that, but it's just stuck in my head.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
terrible. It's terrible.
But yeah, what we were talking about earlier, Daytime Frank says depends on the mix. Using TFA or Cap or Flavor West, you could hit 15 to 20% easily, and that is very, very true.
Okay, well, I don't feel so bad.
No, one of my usual processes, Mitch, is that I kind of mix lower, and then once I'm happy with the balance of the entire mix, then I'll start turning. Then I'll use the calculator to start turning up the percentages until it gets too floral, and then I'll back it right off. And I usually end up at 15, 16%. It seems to be the sweet spot for me. In the way that I like.
It seems like a lot of my recipes do tend to float in that 15 to 17 range. So I was just wondering.
This is when I taste commercial juices, it's like they're so oversaturated, so oversweetened, you know, and I can't, once I get to that point, it's like, I got to bring it down. I can't do it.
It's like yesterday we revisited the Arnold Palmer and the frosted nuts, and both of the major complaints were they're not sweet enough, but it's like, that's why I DIY, because most commercial liquids are way too sweet. I just can't.
Right. Like I did get a comment on my mango from somebody that gotten it. They said that it was very light, you know, and I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I didn't want like champagne and juice. You know, I wanted more like champagne with chunks of mango in it. You know, we've all had like a cocktail like that where you had champagne and somebody dropped a raspberry or a strawberry.
Yeah.
More of an essence thing, you know. It's, but yeah, all right. So.
No, yeah. I'm noticing, like, with doing this and having other people give me a little bit more feedback on what I do, I go for a more natural flavor than an actual, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just more, even like with the Arnold Palmer, they're like, it tastes like if you were to make fresh lemonade, like, out of a, like, lemon instead of, like, that powder stuff. I'm like,
yes.
Okay.
Good.
I like that idea.
I think it all depends on like what your goal is, though, right? Like if your goal is to like go commercial, like that angle probably won't work.
No,
but
not very well.
If you're just like planning on making stuff that you like, it really doesn't matter what other people think, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so way too much lime. So way too much lime. I should have stuck with the 2% blackberry.
I'm gonna have to go get more. EG, I'll be right.
Alrighty.
I'm so close. Like I'm so close, but I just don't have enough.
So close, but no cigar.
So as of right now, I'm definitely getting pear and the creaminess from the custard and the cheesecake. I'm not getting a lot of crust, and I'm only getting a very light hint of the brown sugar coming through. And I wanted like the brown sugar and pear to be kind of like if you were gonna make a topping or like a pie filling where you would like saute up a pear with brown sugar. That's how I wanted it to kind of be. So I do think I will up the percentage a little bit on the brown sugar and see if I can get more of it to come out. But
see, at that point,
cheesecake.
I wonder if if you had either like a cinnamon, because normally when you saute, you do it more with like like a cinnamon sugar.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Yeah.
that would help it a little bit.
Yeah. But for being a creamy vape, freshly made, it's not half bad. I'm
Yeah,
actually
I'm
liking
getting.
it.
I can tell that I'm getting that greasiness of an unsteeped custard from the
Mm-hmm.
Yes We cheesecake.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with the graham crust. I'm getting the crust, but there's like like if you over buttered it, like a batter or something, it tastes greasy. I always get that note
Mm-hmm.
with very young custards. And I think I'm going to drip a little bit more lime, a little bit more of the blackberry,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm getting some good tartness from the currant, but the lime is just too much. I think I'm going to put a few more drops of blackberry and see if I can kill that lime. But I would probably drop that to a 0.5% and bring the blackberry back up to 2% because that was the original ratio, and I should have just kept it. But I was worried that it would blow the cheesecake out.
Yeah.
And,
I mean that right now,
uh,
like all I can taste is the blueberry and the graham crust. I can't taste the like I have that greasiness you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about, but it's not that like creamy finish that you want.
no.
It's not there.
Now I will say that I am impressed with this milky overtone because it is giving me like a nice, like a swirl or something
Mm-hmm.
through it, like a marbled cheesecake. You all seen those where you
Mm-hmm.
get the
Mhm.
I like the strawberry ones.
what is how do they make that? It's like almost like you take powdered sugar into citrus and then you stir it up and it makes a glaze
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
And, and then you would pour it over the cheesecake and toothpick it in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the lime is given to me. It's like the lime was mixed with powdered sugar, like it was with lime instead of like lemon or orange or something. I'm liking it. But let's see if I can get the blackberry up a little bit because the cheesecake is there. I think this is a good one. I think Yes We cheesecake needs a week
Yeah.
at least, and probably I haven't worked with sugar cookie before. What do you guys take on steep time with that?
Oh, I love sugar cookie.
This is the version 1.
Yeah,
So
I love both of them.
It needs a steep.
Needs a bit of steep, but it's also not that strong.
Yeah. That's been my main issue with the sugar cookie. It's not that strong. You kind of gotta go a little heavy-handed on it.
This milky overtone is nice. I mean, someone in the Discord chat talked about it, and whenever I smell it, remember I was talking about Dragon Shake and that missing note that I could never get? I think it's this.
Mm.
I think it's this. I think I was missing the milk in the milkshake, trying to make a shake with no milk,
Yeah.
I mean, then you think about it and you go, duh.
No, yeah, and I
You
mean,
can't make a milkshake without milk.
and that's like I sent you guys that link for that book, the one for like how ingredients work and stuff like that, and I had to like bug Daytime Frank about that because I couldn't remember what the name of the book is, but I know that Bible, the Flavors Bible, I think it's called. It helps you out greatly on trying to find that out, and even like Paul Labworks. That was one of the things he told me. He's like, look at real cooking when you're trying to figure out a liquid. Yeah. Just break it down like you would cooking ingredients and stuff like that. And I'm like, that actually makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay, so more blackberry is like spot on. So I could probably boost the percentage of the cheesecake also. I don't know. I'm not feeling the Yes We cheesecake in this one though. I think it's too. I think it needs a steep. It's just greasy.
Oh no, yeah. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna have to give it some time and see how it goes.
It almost tastes. You guys know this taste, right? An unsteeped custard. It tastes almost burnt, like rancid butter. Just not like scorched butter. So I think. Yeah, I might drop the percentage of that. I don't have any other cheesecake. What are some other ones that work well with graham crust?
I
The
use
Capella?
Capella V2.
I have like the original and I have V2. I actually like this one a bit more for some
A
reason.
New York cheesecake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next photo.
But
I'm very
honestly,
limited on the
I'll
cheesecakes.
mix them all three. Like the graham crust, yes sweet cheesecake, and New York cheesecake. I'll mix all three of them together. Like that would be like my base, or as you say, that would be like my cheesecake stone.
Right.
Which I don't even know if that makes sense for that because you
No, it
always
does.
say the fruits, but
I don't know.
I think I
Anybody
need
in
more
chat got
flies.
any suggestions for cheesecakes? I want to get some thoughts going here.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's this cattle and cream that's building into this burnt flavor. I've not used it before. I mean, it smells like Vienna cream almost. So I was kind of expecting it to have that kind of effect, but I don't know. Can't quite put my finger on it. Something's not white there, but the
For me, it's just so difficult to like break something down when you just mix it. When
Mhm.
I know that almost everything I put in, like
Needs steep time.
75% of what I put in, needs steep time to like become what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
I'm like
right
that
now.
dude that like plants like seeds, and every day I'm like, are they full grown yet? Are they full grown yet? Like that's what I'm like when I steep juice. I'll look at it every day. I'll be like, is it darker? I'm gonna knuckle it today. Should I vape it? Should I vape it? And like I'm really bad with that stuff.
That's how I feel about that that latest bottle of the blueberry custard crumble.
There you go. Daytime Frank's got some suggestions. He's like Hangson's Italian cream, Greek yogurt. They're nice add-ons to a
I have Greek
cheesecake.
yogurt. No, I have yogurt. I have
That'd probably
feta.
add to the
That,
creaminess a little bit.
That custard crumble is starting to get a little bit of color to it,
I do have a
Yeah.
flavor, the Flavor
and
West.
I'm excited about it.
Flavor West yogurt. But I think this is more creamy than tart.
Yeah, and yeah.
I don't know.
I
It
mean,
smells sour. It smells like sour cream.
well, I mean, most yogurts are pretty tart on their own.
I'm
Trust me,
so
I-
excited to get
I
that
gotta-
Greek yogurt.
I get a couple of those that break on me at work.
Yeah. No, honestly, though, talking about tasting new mixes, how do you know, what is your process on thinking that, oh, this needs more, or do you just let it sit and not fuck with it? I mean, because
I try to fight
I
the
added more
urge.
blackberry.
I vape it a lot.
Yeah. You'll
I
just
vape
vape
it
it a lot and
foolishly.
let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I immediately knew not enough blackberry, so I put more in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Well-
knew it would get washed out once the steep would happen. You know.
See, I think like with like the blackberry and fruits, you could kind of initially get a good feel for those because fruits. I mean, that flavor is gonna be there from the moment that you start mixing it. When it comes to creams, that's where it gets a little dicey because you gotta really give it that steep time no matter what.
I think it also depends on the fruits for me. There's like some fruits like I think it was the second week I made something and I can't remember what it was, but I put strawberry in it, and by the time like 2 weeks had passed, like that strawberry had just completely taken it over, and off the shake, the strawberry was just like, it was there, but it wasn't really the dominant. And then I tried it like I think maybe 2-3 days ago, and like it's 90% strawberry, and like it's not even the highest percentage in the mix. It's just that one just took shit over.
No, yeah, like I actually revisited mine before we did the show, and the berries have finally like mellowed out. Like that pastry's still not quite to where I like it, or where I would want it to be, the crepe portion of it, but the berries have mellowed out to where you can taste every last bit of it. I don't know. Anthony Romella, he's asking for a raspberry gelato cheesecake. Would any of you be interested in that?
Isn't gelato just like flavored ice, or is it actually ice?
It's like an Italian ice cream.
Yeah, there is cream in it.
Mm-hmm. Like I have a strawberry gelato flavoring somewhere, but I'd probably take that on. Come back to it next week.
What is your take on knuckle testing a fresh mix versus vaping a fresh mix? Do you get more from the knuckle, or do you get more from the?
To be honest, I didn't
vape?
even knuckle test this one. I just went into it.
Yeah, because
Uh,
knuckle testing it, it tastes delicious.
Daytime Frank, I almost used that in my mix, the Loran's cheesecake, but looking through the notes and stuff, I didn't think it would work for this mix, but I almost tried it, so I'm kind of with you. I have it, but I have not used it. See,
Yeah,
the
like
knuckle
when I
test
knuckle
is almost
this,
the
it's
same.
like it's super like nice, creamy, rich. Like
Yeah.
I can taste like the graham
Yes.
crust.
Mhm.
Like
That's what I'm doing. It's happening to me too.
Yeah,
when
like
I vape
there's
it now, it's not really there.
the
It's also
blueberry's
fresh
really
cut.
pungent, but there is a creaminess that I'm not getting in the vape portion of it.
Which blueberry are you using again?
It's the where'd you go? It's the Capella's blueberry jam.
Oh,
See if
Man, I tried that and
I-
I did not like that flavoring. I still have it.
Yeah, I
To
don't
me,
know.
it tastes like there's butter.
There's a buttery note to it, and I kind of like that for some reason.
Oh, okay, see, that's like the what I didn't like. I
Mhm.
just wanted straight jam,
Yeah. No, yeah, there's a buttery note
like
to it.
sweet jam.
I think this is good. I don't know. Sometimes I get a little bit of cola through my
Yeah.
nose. Is that y'all get that too sometimes with the bakery? Or is it just probably the blackberry and lime I'm getting?
Yeah. Daytime Frank, I think that's the same reason why I bought it, because it was on clearance. Because I think it was like 50 cents. I was
Yes.
like, no
Yes,
shit.
CSK. I'm burning it off. You're right. CSK and Run is right. I'm too hot.
Anthony Ramella, I've been working on a raspberry cheesecake, brother.
But is it
It's not a gelato, but
How do you get a dark chocolate feel?
Dude, chocolates are a pain in the ass to work with, from what I know.
I know chocolate, but all of our flavors are basically milk chocolate, right? I've never seen anything with a dark chocolate. Molten lava something, or
Frank,
You know
Addy.
what? I don't even know.
doesn't Liquid Barn have a mocha cake or a molten cake?
There's a lava
yes,
cake.
they do.
A lava
They
cake.
have, yeah,
I know a
I've
lot of people
never-
like that one a lot.
never used that one.
I don't know. I only have Glamour chocolate from Oldenberry, and well, I have a few other ones, but I don't ever use them.
Okay.
Another one that I do use on occasion is it's like a brownie, something brownie. It's like a something brownie V2 or something like that.
Okay.
I can't
CSK,
remember.
CSK is on the money. I dropped my wattage and
eliquidrecipes.com, Anthony.
yeah, I dropped my wattage and that burnt taste just went away instantly, like this.
Found a dark chocolate flavoring, but I don't think it's meant for what we do. It looks more for like liqueurs or something like that.
Oh, focus. So this one's a chocolate raspberry cheesecake. I think that I'm on version 3 now. I just switch
Seems
up the
promising.
raspberry. Also gotta stop hitting my microphone. I tried turning this down. I feel like no matter what level I put it at, I'm just not gonna get what I want from it right now because it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The peanut butter is alright though. And I do get a bit of the butterscotch, but all like that cheesy like creaminess isn't there, obviously. I actually can barely even taste the ice cream.
I mean, but you just use that as an enhancer more than an actual profile. I mean, right?
No, like I wanted it to be like creamy, but like you could taste it.
Hmm.
I'm sure that it might come in. Because when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, you know, like it'd be kind of cool if it was like a blizzard. Because you know you can get like those cheesecake blizzards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm even though it's better, the burnt taste is gone. I'm still getting that greasy note. I can't overcome it.
Yeah.
I'm going to write the date on this and revisit because I think it has a lot of potential.
Okay,
I'm
I'm looking.
really digging this blackberry lime stone that I got going on. I think it's
Nice.
I think it's a winner.
I'm looking for that that raspberry cheesecake thing that Daytime Frank said he had. He has one called Blue Waffles of the Divine. That is hilarious.
No, no.
Oh,
No.
Clown, after you were talking about the cinnamon aspect,
Mhm.
after kind of knuckle testing that blueberry custard crumble, like when I knuckle test it, like I get that oatmeal cookie coming through that I used in it to try and get that, and it does give me a little bit of the cinnamony aspect. Like
Mhm.
since I don't have a cinnamon, maybe I will try a little bit of that in it to try and see if it
Which oatmeal cookie
brings
did
that
you
out.
use? The TFA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that once I started once I used that oatmeal cookie in my Peachamon world, whenever I started pulling what I thought I needed in an oatmeal cookie out, that oatmeal cookie has everything you need. So you just want to build, off of a different flavor. You don't need to build into the oatmeal cookie. I enhanced a little bit with the acetyl, the AP, but that was just to get that meaty part of a cookie, and that was it.
Oh, by the way, Sifu, I want to thank you for telling me to get that because I'm working on this blackcurrant cookie, and I used some of that, and I tried one without it, and then I tried one with it, and I put it in at 0.5%, and then one with it, it just makes it seem like the shortbread is just so much better. It'd be like a store-bought shortbread, and then with the acetylpyrazine, it's like your grandma made that shortbread.
Yeah,
Like it just made it so much better.
it really builds that, like a good cookie. Whenever you bite into it, it has, I hate to say meat and cookie, a meat cookie, but it gives you that good bite, that good mouthfeel. It's just, sometimes you bite a cookie and you go, oh, that's a cookie.
Will you make a recipe called meat cookie?
Meat cookie. I use that word a lot with fruits too. So I mean, whenever in mine blender, I use cantaloupe to get that meaty fruit part of a melon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Add that to that cactus to give it more mouthfeel. But it's like what Jay was saying. It's like you got to think about it like you were baking. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if you're making a cookie and you miss a little bit of salt or you miss something, or not enough ratio of something, it's just flat. It's flat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a cookie. It's just not a very good one.
What up, DC?
Mr. DC, how's it going? But yeah, oh.
I just want this cotton to feel like it's broken in, and I keep on chasing that, but like I know that it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I also haven't used this Addy in a while. Original recoil actually looks pretty sweet on this mod because it's got the black and the white.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, that looks really good.
Oh, it's the Dovpo Punisher.
Oh wow.
It's like a 21,700. It's honestly a pretty sweet mod. Jay Hayes hated it. But I think that he just read the booklet and never tried it because I run like a mouth to lung tank on this a lot, and I'll run it at like 4.5, 5 volts. So I'll run like a 1.2 ohm coil in it, and there's been a couple times that I've like accidentally moved the power up. Believe me, dude, it hits way above 4.2 volts, and that's why I hated this mod. But this mod's it's sweet. I wish it went to over 90 watts, but it has the bypass mode, so I guess realistically, I don't need it to go over that.
you.
Yeah, I hadn't used this recoil in a while, and when I like pulled the cap off right before the show, I ended up like ripping an O-ring, and the other one's kind of jacked, so I don't even want to like pull the cap to see my cotton. So I just keep on dripping on top of it.
That's one of the first runs of recoils. Those
Yeah,
O-rings
it's like
were,
from like 2016.
yeah, those O-rings were tight.
I'd rather have tight O-rings over loose ones, though.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But it's like you said, though, if you forgot about it and put it away, whenever you go to pull that off, it's like,
yeah, it just shredded one.
Yeah.
I made the other one super loose.
Yeah.
So I diluted it right up and then like slowly twist it on. That's why like I was like looking to see if my airflow was lined up. Like I don't even know if my airflow is lined up with the coils, but
I'm trying to remember one of these was like ridiculously tight where I took off one of the O-rings.
like put it this way, the Rebel O-rings are like compared to this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really like the tolerance of the reload stuff. I mean, they're always just so perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly, like anything 5282 for me is like just that snap. It's perfect. Like the Rye has it. Like when you can just snap that on, and it's like you can pick your mod up from the cap. Like I can't complain at all.
Was it the Rye video where I said that? I was like, you can grab it, and I start doing this with the mod.
It's you know what, man? This is the thing. Okay, I've now had my Rye for 5 days. It's like right up there, man. It's fucking so good.
Yeah.
Like I have a 0.14 2.5 millimeter like 28 alien in it, like dual. There are some breeze tones, and like, dude, at 85 watts, it's amazing. On a mech, it's amazing. It doesn't even matter like where I put it, what I put it on. I'm just like, all right, I love it.
Yeah, it's
not going to take the layer cake out, but it's going to be right there.
Slowly starting to creep up on the Reload X. Now, the only reason I'm not running this tonight because I want the black. And I have another one I might send over to Palmer's Powders and get it coated matte black so I can put it on my ultralight.
Right.
Because the stainless does look good on there,
That would look nice.
I mean, not as good as black.
Dude, there's times where I just like think about sending everything I have to Ashton, like for real. I'll be like, well, listen, you pick like 5 pieces out of everything I send you, you make them your own, they're yours. Then the rest, I want you to just work for me for a week and get all my shit done. I'll take an hour out of every morning so we can discuss what you're going to do that day and just code your little heart out.
Anthony Ramella.
Prices are reasonable. I mean, what is it, $25 to get a cap done?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, to get it black. Yeah.
So once you get into the fancy colors where it gets a little bit pricey, but I mean, you want fancy colors, you're going to have to pay for fancy colors.
Oh, that Rye DS combo he did for Shadow Links is...
Oh, it's amazing.
Fucking
Stunning.
Shadow Links. Don't even start me with that guy.
He did something with he did something with one of those engraved purges. It was, it was blue.
Oh, the one you posted yesterday?
Oh, it's like,
Anthony, just go to when you're on ELR, just look at their like links, and they have like coupon codes and all the sites that they offer like coupon codes for.
the
Most
resources
of those are
page.
going to be good.
Resources page coming up.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, honestly, I will say like Wizard Labs is a little bit pricey for what you're getting because you could pay somewhere else and get it cheaper. But other than that, I've only had one bad time with one company. It was a new nicotine. They sent me the wrong order and they kind of blew me off. But I don't know if I'm an isolated incident or if anybody else has had that issue. But that's the only
Speaking
company.
of that, You've just reminded me. I ordered some nicotine from Vapors Tech,
Uh-huh.
and I got it back, and it smelled terrible.
Smell terrible.
Absolutely, it smelled rancid right
Is
out
that
of
why
the
you were
box.
asking me the other day? Because you
Yep.
said the Nick River one didn't smell.
Not. I mean, it smelled like PG.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is 100 milligram nicotine, no fumes on it
Yeah.
at all. And I opened this one, and I, like a dumbass. Here's the thing: don't put your face into 100 milligram concentrated nicotine. It's got fumes. You're not supposed to. Don't do that. So I mean, I was
Be
thinking
in a
As
that.
safe
buzz.
as possible.
I mean, all the reviews of this nicotine has been like worth the extra money, worth the extra money. And I'm like, oh sweet, open it up. My head was not clear for a little minute, and I closed it back up, and I sent them an email. Um, they said they would call me. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
they said they would call me today.
So I think that you guys pay a lot less for nicotine than I do, but like the
Probably.
nicotine that I use, I actually like really like it, and I just use like Dash vapes. I don't even know like what brand it is. It says on the bottle, I think, but it's like I buy it from Dash Vapes. The only thing is I can only buy it in a 120 ml bottle, and I can only buy 65 milligram. That's the highest milligram that is like legal to sell in Canada.
Yeah.
So I like that's how come if you ever look at any of my recipes, everyone's going to be for 65 milligram nicotine because that's the highest I can get. But I really
Well,
like the flavor and it's super smooth for me. Like I don't
yeah,
find it hard.
I actually had a repeat customer get some 50/50 12 milligram, and then he tried it. He said, "I'm not getting any throat hit," and I'm like, "From 50/50 12 milligram, you're not getting any throat hit?" And then I was like, "Well, I did switch to that Nick River, the Nick Pure,
Yeah.
and
It is a lot
I mean,
smoother, I guess.
I guess it's just smoother. I don't know,
I,
but how is
I
50
always
50 12 milligram not having throat hit?
I always just use the CNT.
Yeah, I ordered some
That's
from Liquid One.
that's what I've always had the best luck with. I think I've only ever tried any like one other, and I just Liquid Barn's never done me wrong, so I just keep going back to them for all of my VG, PG, and Nick.
Yeah, their shipping has been
Uh,
so slow. Jeez.
like the one time I ever had one order that was messed up, it wasn't even their fault. I don't think. I think that the box just got messed up in shipping, and one of the concentrates was leaked all over inside the package. Um, and they took care of it immediately. Um, but I either get all my stuff from like, most of my stuff from there, and a lot of my flavors come from Flavor Jungle because they're like 3 hours north of me, and I can place an order in the morning one day, and some days have my package there the next. So they do, and they have a pretty big selection. So pretty happy about that. Although like they don't like they carry a ton of the TFA stuff, a lot of Capella. They don't have their Inawara selection isn't very big, and their Flavora selection isn't very big, but I'm super happy with the new bottles. The new bottles are fantastic.
Dude, bottle dropper is the shit.
Yeah, my next order of 60s, I'm gonna get those, and I think I'm gonna have to switch
This
back
looks
to.
so much nicer than this.
I might have to switch
So much.
to chubby 120s. I can't. Drop a bottle is not keeping the
Boston
wide mouth
rounds.
Bostons anymore. You can't even pre-order them.
Mm-hmm. Have you emailed them about it?
Yes, I have not heard a response back. But
Fair
I'm
enough.
sure still people are all out with the internet stuff. So.
Alrighty. So we're
I
coming
just
to.
use Chubby Gorillas.
Do
I'm
what?
legit, boys. I said I just use Chubby Gorillas. I'm legit.
We
Yeah.
use
Hey, these are
knockoffs.
Chubby Gorilla. This is a Chubby Gorilla,
Yeah. Yeah, I
and
think
they're not as good as these ones.
right, right. I just think the direction that I'm going, I got to go with what the market is starting to use. It'll be easier for labels. It'll be easier for
Yeah.
everything, even though I freaking hate them. But
I think they just look more like professional too. And
yeah, yeah,
there's kind of been that standard set.
I mean, the 120s aren't bad. Like the 60s are fine. The 60s are fine. The 120s, I don't know why they volcano so much, but
Yeah. Alrighty. So we're coming to a close. We got like 2 minutes left in the hour. You guys want to promote yourselves? Drop anything you guys got going on?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. All right. Well, first of all, thanks everybody for tuning in. I was digging some of the chat going on. If you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, I'm pretty sure the clown will tell you where you can hit us up on that. If you don't hit us up just on Instagram or something like that, you guys can check me out on Friday nights on the Frames Janklin Vaper channel. And for the Green Room, you can check us out on SoundCloud for the Shed Time podcast. Other than that, we'll see you guys here next Tuesday. Hit us with it, Mitch.
Same as always. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah. Drop me a message and see me here. That's about it.
usual places for me: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Um, my new flavors are out. The mango, it's moving pretty good, and also the Duchess Fond cheesecake from Raging Vapor / Duchess Carl / Jason. I've learned that the man of many names. That is steeping very, very nicely. It's progressing really well, and I think it's going to be a good flavor for a lot of people. The new labels are out. They're looking good. Happy. They'll probably change again soon because I'll be changing bottles. But really appreciate all the support, and thank you.
Awesome. Alrighty. As for me, as always, just check me out. I got videos coming out. Hopefully, I can get some stuff edited here soon because I finally finished some recording stuff, which is really cool. I do have a sale going on the site. This weekend is like my birthday, so I was like, screw it, let's do a birthday code. So if you guys use code birthday, you get 20% off everything on site, and orders over $50 get free shipping. So you get a twofer on that one. And what else? Come check us out. I think we're doing Wolfbite this week. I'm still not sure what we're doing. We've been like all scatterbrained lately, so there's that. And come back on Mondays for Vaping with the Ohmies, and just come hang out with us over on the Vaping with the Ohmies channel. And then I'll see you guys here next week. So yeah, and there is a Mixing It Up t-shirt on the Teespring store. There is links for everybody and everything else down below. So if you guys are interested, go check that out as well. I think I covered everything. Alrighty, so we'll catch you guys next week.
Diamond shit.
As always, vape on, mix on.